Didik TV KPM.
Welcome back to Didik TV KPM. So what's next? We're going to learn about Puan Noorainun. Over to you.
Okay, students. Okay, now I will share with you tips and strategies in answering section A. Okay, let's look at the first tip. Okay, so the first tip, as usual, when you get your question, okay, don't get so excited. Sometimes you read the question, you say, oh, it's very easy. So you get excited. So please calm down. Okay, you read the question carefully. First tip, read the question carefully and identify the verbs. Okay, because you have to answer according to what they ask for. So look for the verbs. So these are the example of verb that might be asked, might be used in the question. Okay, for example, state, meaning, describe, compare, explain, discuss, list, name, identify, SQL expression, draw, or give example. So, your answer must be based on what they ask. If they ask for state, you just state one sentence. Okay, don't elaborate. Because if you elaborate, you are wasting your time. Okay, if they ask for describe, so they're asking for a very long answer. So you elaborate. Okay, don't answer short answer. So you will lose mark. Okay, if they ask for list, then you give it in point form. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, if they ask for example, then you give example. And then if they ask for draw, draw with correct symbol. Okay, if possible, you have to label your drawing. Okay, and then for SQL expression, you have to use the correct command. Okay, so we look at the question. And we look at the next tips. Okay, look at the marks allocated, answer accordingly. So actually, the marks that allocated will give you some, let's say, guidance. Okay, how long is your answer? How elaborate I have to do? So you just look at the marks given. And then, if the question asking for comparing, compare A and B, okay, so you are advised to do it in table form. Okay, why? Because we want to make sure that your answer can be read, can be compared neatly and clearly by the examiner. Okay, if you write it in essay form, okay, what happened? The examiner might miss your point. Okay, because maybe it's so messy, cannot compare. So better do it in table form. Okay, compare left column and right column is better. Okay, and then the tip number 4, most answers are in point form. Remember, ICT paper is only 1 hour and 50 minutes. 1 hour and 30 minutes. So don't waste your time. So write in point form or structured type of answer. Avoid writing in essay. And then next, I advise, so from one question to another question, please leave some space. Okay, because you can ask for paper if you have finished using all the pages. Okay, so don't try to jimat lah. Okay, so you can ask for paper. So leave space. Okay, maybe for your information, ICT paper actually will be marked online. So your paper will be scanned and then sent to the examiner, and then they will mark online. So if your work is messy, okay, maybe the examiner cannot see your answer clearly, properly. So you might lose mark. Okay, so the last one is use correct symbol for drawing. All right. So let's look at the first question. So we analyze the first question. Okay, so the first question that I gave you is STPM question, real STPM question, right? So the first one, determination of user requirement is one of the activity in analysis phase of system development. Discuss 2 methods to obtain the user requirement. So this one is from chapter 2. Okay, system development life cycle. The phase is analysis phase. So you must know what are the activities in analysis phase. So question asking for discuss. So the verb here is discuss. So longer answer needed. And then how many points to discuss? 2 methods. So 2 methods to discuss and marks given 4. So we can assume that 1 point, 2 marks. So you have to discuss 2 points. Alright? Okay, so how to write? Okay, usually, like my student, they will face problem how to write, how to do the layout. That's their problem. Okay, so the verb, marks, and also how many answers needed. Okay, so these are the suggested answer, asking for 2, but I give more. Alright, so the answer is asking for method. So the answer is questionnaire. So the first method is questionnaire. Okay, so you get mark there. And then question asks you to discuss. Then you give some points about questionnaire. So questionnaire, what is questionnaire? It's a set of written questions often sent to a large number of people. That's it.
It's a very straightforward, right?
Yes, very straightforward. Okay, so next one, observation. Okay, next method is observation. So what is observation? Watch process being performed. So you see in the organisation how the data flow from one department to another department. You observe and then you jot down. And then another answer, interview. So interview is meet respondent to discuss and answer question. Okay, so this is how we write. In point form, in number, just 1, 2, 3. Don't write in essay form. That's what I meant. Don't write in essay form. Okay, so I shall proceed with the next example. Okay, so this is another example with different verb used in the question. Okay, you are given a situation here. College admission application system works as follows. So you are given all the points there. Read carefully the points. Information are given in the question. So read properly. Okay, so the first one. Student send an application form which contain personal detail and program of choice. Okay, the application form is sent to the faculty for evaluation. The acceptance or rejection decision is then released by the faculty. Next, an offer or rejection letter is then sent to the student. So very clearly we can see the flow. Now, transform what I have written in the sentences to a context diagram. Okay, first of all, student must know what is context diagram. If they don't know what is context diagram, they cannot answer this. Okay, so I will guide you how to draw the context diagram. Marks given 4. Alright, so first, okay, you must identify the data source. Okay, in this question, the data source is student because student send application, and another data source is faculty because faculty will evaluate. Alright, so after you identify the data source, then you identify the system. So the symbol used for system is like this. And then you must write number, which is 0. This is for context diagram. And then how I get this? This one is given in the question. Okay, where is it? It's given in the question. Okay, college admission application system is given. So just copy back. Alright, then you have to arrange it. Alright, so we follow this arrangement. Okay, the first one, people who send the data. Second one in the middle will be the system, and then the third one will be the another data source. So we arrange like this. Okay, mostly will be like this. Okay, next, just join the symbol with arrow and write notes. So make sure your notes is in nouns. Don't write in verb. Must be in nouns to show that how data flow. So this is the suggested answer. Okay, so actually I transform what given in sentence to this drawing, context diagram. Student send personal detail to the system, then the system will process, and then system send this application detail to the faculty will do the selection and then send back to the system, and then the system will produce letter and then send to the student. This is how we draw context diagram. Okay, maybe question will ask for data flow diagram. This is another part of this. Data flow diagram is much more longer. Okay, you have to split this to a few more processes. Okay, so it will be longer lah. Okay, so I don't discuss data flow diagram here. Okay, next we look at example 3. Another question. Good data is important to user in order to make correct decision. Okay, so you are given some information about data. And then question asks, describe. Okay, describe means long answer. 3 characteristics of good data. Marks given 6 marks. So we know that 2 marks for each. All right. Okay, so how to write? Again, no essay, please. No essay. So you write something like this. Okay, you state the characteristic of good data. Okay, accuracy. Okay, so what is accuracy? So you write the point for accuracy. And then next, validity. So what is validity? So you write the points for validity. And then so on. Okay, I give more. Okay, timeliness, relevance, completeness. Okay, so this is how we write. Okay, so we proceed with example 4. Okay, so this one, again, a scenario is given. A clinic wishes to develop database system on patient and so on. Doctor and medical report. A patient may undergo many examinations by only one doctor at a time. Likely, a doctor may perform examination on many patients, but only one patient will be recorded on each examination, the date, the time, and the name of the examination. Okay, so when you read, maybe you look like confusing. So many things inside. Okay, don't worry. Okay, write a relational schema based on above scenario. Indicate the primary key of each entity. Okay, marks given 9. A lot. Okay, so before you write, you look at the question first. Sometimes same scenario, different question. So now the question asking for relational schema. So if you do not know what is relational schema, then you cannot answer this. Okay, first identify the entity. So in this question, they say patient, doctor, and medical report are the entity. Then okay, you list out all the attributes. So at least 3 to 4 attributes for each entity. Then you link the primary key with the foreign key. Okay, and then you have already connected all the 3 relation here. And then from the relation that you have done here, just copy back in relational schema, and then you write something like this. Okay, patient, bracket, and then you list down all. Okay, so this one actually you can write 3 to 4 enough. And then don't forget to underline the primary key to indicate that that is the primary key. And then the second relational schema, doctor ID is the primary key. And then the last one, medical record, medical code is the primary key. And also don't forget to write the foreign key. Okay, so that will be 4 examples that I shared with you how to answer in section A.
All right, let's take a break and see you after this at Didik TV KPM.
Didik TV KPM.